Hi, welcome to Commsverse TV. Steve Dolby here. We have a Nook and we have Gareth Peters all the way from Sennheiser, and they'll be joining us in a second or two. Of course, this is Commsverse TV. These are the pre-event series before we get to the event itself. And of course, that event is going to happen on June the 26th and the 27th at Mercedes World in the UK. If you haven't got your tickets, now is the time to buy your ticket to come to what is probably the premier event for MS Teams and MS Teams devices in the UK. So there's the date, 26th and 27th of June, and we're going to have some fun. So let's bring everybody else in, see where we're at. Ooh, add to the stage, and let's bring Gareth in from Control Room Sennheiser. Here we go. Look at that. How are you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Nice to see you both. Nice to speak to everybody.
Nice to see everybody again. Yeah. It's not the first time we're here.
Exactly.
We got all excited a few days ago about being here in the Sennheiser control room. It's not really a control room. It's a nice big demonstration studio, but Gareth will give us the ins and outs on that. But yes, we had a few technical issues as we've been having all day, actually, one way or another. But in this case, it was quite fun. It was just like watching a movie where they're all doing space control and all the screens go off at the same time. And it was, oh, what? So... yeah, it happens, and but not very often, we all hope. So that's neat. So tell us about this wonderful place you call home.
Yeah, so this is our demo space that we have at Sennheiser head office over in Marlow. In this room, we're actually able to showcase our all of our profile of devices here, but really it's the Team Connect ceiling devices that we're able to show off in this room. We actually have two in this space that we can show off our voice lift in the room. And you're actually listening to me on a Team Connect Ceiling 2 at the moment for this recording.
Wow. Which
is fantastic.
So I'm coming out from the ceiling.
You're coming out from speakers that are in the room. We're quite anonymous with the way that we set up. So we really concentrate on the audio quality,
Yes.
and that's what we're famous for. So we are just looking at the microphone side of things. So we collaborate with other people. And in the case of this room, it was actually QSYS. So we've actually got a QSYS core in this room for the DSP, and they supply the cameras, the DSP, the speakers, and then we use our microphone, which is this wonderful beamforming TCC2 that we have here, for the audio in the room. And what we are able to do is if those particular people come together, so our microphones.
Told you we're having problems today.
That's okay.
Yes, you were talking about the beamforming microphone.
Yeah. So basically, if those are all come together, they're actually combined and then certified for Microsoft Teams Room. The actual Team Connect family, these are the only products currently certified for MTR flexible and special room status as well. So we're able to showcase those off in the room.
And you're going to have some of this on demonstration and out at the event itself, I guess.
We are, yeah. I mean, the reason that we're coming to Commsverse this year is really to showcase the premium audio quality that we're synonymous for in our well-known products. But we have got some new products that we are going to be showing off there that are currently available to order. But you may have seen in the background our bars that we are going to be bringing out, and this is our first sort of step into the bar territory. I mean, if it's okay with you guys, what I'd like to point out is maybe some of the sort of differences and the unique things about our bar that we want to sort of showcase at this year's event. Would that be okay with you guys?
So just to be sure, the bar is at the event. People can come to there and they can see it.
Will be able to, yeah, they'll be able to come up to our stand. We'll be showing off all the features of it. There's going to be some cool things on there that you know, we can't show on this call, but we can do things like person framing. It does person tiling as well, up to 9 people. Obviously, it has sort of some things going on in the background, so it can actually frame you as you're walking around the room. So each individual person has that tile, and it uses some background AI to actually follow you around the room as you move, which is going to be great. And we can show that off live at the event.
Mine's not working, as you can see. It's
how are you going to show that off at an event where many people are walking around? How do they know that which person they need to follow? That's my question.
It uses a gating technology, but basically the closer you are, it should be able to pick up on those people. And it uses a clever thing as well. So if people are maybe too close to each other, it will actually frame those people together. So you can have more than 9 people. It will just frame those people close to each other as we go around. The other cool thing about the bar as well is it uses the same beamforming technology as our TC ceiling microphones. So we're able to use that beamforming technology to actually follow the sound source in the room. That's the key thing with our devices. It uses this beamforming technology rather than lobes that need to be placed.
And I'm guessing the Sennheiser background in sound and microphones sort of is cross-pollinated. We were talking earlier about Sennheiser structure. You obviously have the professional side, I think you called it, which is where, you know, Beyonce and all the other people are using your wonderful wireless microphones on the stage while they're doing their dancing. But that tech has been useful in terms of the side that you're on.
That's correct. So I work for the BizCom team. I'm actually the inside sales support for the whole of the UK and Nordic team here. And our team is really focused on those solutions for the education market and corporate world. So that's where we're looking at these solutions that can go into ceilings, and it's really bringing that whole coming into a room and not having to worry about setting anything up. Especially with the ceiling tiles and the bars now, you're able to walk into the room, bring your own device, plug one cable in, and away you go. You don't have to worry about coming into a room, picking up a microphone, having to put on a lapel mic or something like that, which is all fiddly stuff that you don't really want people to be doing in the background. You want them to just come in and it just everything to work. And that's what we're focusing on with the BizCom team here.
Cool. So how does the beamforming microphone work? I'm not asking for your trade secrets, but if you've got 6 people sitting around a table in the room, can it actually identify? Does it create 6 beams, or does it actually switch from one person to another as they're speaking? So
it's a single beam that is always looking for the loudest sound source in the room.
Oh, that will always be me, unfortunately.
That's true.
So obviously, with most meetings, you will have a chairperson or somebody speaking, and you have to have some of the meeting etiquette in place. Hopefully, there will be only one person speaking at a time. But what that beam is doing is it's always searching for the person speaking in the room. But what you can do, because there will be situations where maybe there is some crosstalk, we have this fantastic piece of software called Control Cockpit, which actually covers all of the devices within the BizCom portfolio. That in the background has got some very neat features, and one of them is setting up exclusion zones and a priority zone for the beam. So what you can do is, if you have a chairperson position or a lectern position or a front-facing presenting position, you can set that up as a priority zone. And what that means is that if someone else is speaking in the room, it's actually weighted. So the beam won't flick over to another person unless they're speaking times louder than the person that is actually presenting. And I think you can set that right up to around, I think it's 9 times louder than the person. So it's you can actually set that so that it will never flick over. The other thing is this exclusion zones. So what you could do is exclude a whole half of the room. So let's say that there is an audience in the room.
Yeah.
You can completely shut down that side of the microphone. And then what you can do is at a touch of a button, open up the room again for like a Q&A session. So that's a fantastic thing you can do with the device as well.
So that's a very nice device when you do hybrid meetings. So
exactly.
People in the room, people at the office, and everybody talks to each other. So yeah, that can be work. That would be nice then.
Yeah, and that same technology, as I say, works with the new TC bars as well. So it has exclusion zones, a priority zone as well, and it uses that same beamforming technology.
Cool. I guess you can also kind of remove doors and things that might bang or that kind of stuff. Entrance ways.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, the bar works on a horizontal plane, obviously, because it's usually a stationary device in the middle. The TC ceiling devices actually work in a 3D plane. So yes, you can then put doors, you can set them at certain angles as well. So in this room, for example, I've got the aircon going at the moment. We've actually got a exclusion zone set up above the ceiling, so it knocks out all of the AC that's going on as well.
That's cool. I guess there's an interface that connects into it somewhere that allows you to sort of do that graphically and visually.
Yeah, so as I say, that control cockpit software, it's a standalone product. As long as you plug your laptop into basically the same network that the ceiling tiles are on, then you can gain access to that. And obviously, it's all password protected as well, because we know that cyber crime and everything is, very much there. So we want to make sure that everything's protected as well with encryption.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about what you are bringing to Commsverse, but it's the bar, of course, because it's the new product. Yep. What else do you bring with them? What else can people see or in real life?
We will have the ceiling tiles there for people to have a look at, and we will have them live. Obviously, in a busy environment like that, you're not going to get the best audio quality. So we will hopefully be inviting people to our showroom here so that we can do live demos and things with them as well. We'll be getting their details. You'll also be able to listen to our Mobile Connect device as well. Our Mobile Connect is actually an assistive listening audio streaming device. So what you can do is set up your audio, input into the Mobile Connect device, and then via Wi-Fi and an app on a bring your own device. So on your mobile phone, you're then able to listen to the audio stream. So we're able to hopefully get people to download the app whilst they're there and have a listen to an audio stream live at the event as well. And this is great for the assistive listening world, because what it does is, because it's bringing that bring your own device, it means that people aren't excluded from a meeting or isolated. We found that a lot with the older devices, people had to either wear a certain device, sit in a certain place in a room, and it kind of, focuses on them. You don't really want that. You want everybody it needs to be inclusive. And this device does that because it's just working over Wi-Fi with a bring your own device. Just circling back to the TC bar, the great thing about this bar is that it's actually the first bar to market with Dante. And what this means is that you'll be able to plug in any other Dante mic into the device. Or
what is Dante? Why don't we help people along here so they know what Dante is? It is a standard?
Yeah, so Dante is a standard which is coming to like in all of the audio world, and it's actually audio over network. So it's just an RJ45 cable that goes straight into the device rather than using old analog devices. So Dante is very much at the forefront. That's what most installations are going for now, Dante-enabled devices. And as I say, so that just means it's a single cable rather than having to maybe have reams of, analog cables streaming here, there, and everywhere, which is absolutely fantastic for us. As I say, this is the first device that's going to be Dante enabled, first video bar that's going to be Dante enabled with its own built-in DSP. And what that means is that you can use a single cable for PoE into the device, and also then out to maybe one of our TCC-Ms, for example, all over a single cable with the PoE going to it as well.
Nice.
The other cool thing about it is that it also allows a mix audio out and in. So, for example, you could set that device up with the mobile connect so that people in the room who require assistive listening can also listen in with the TC bar as well.
There's a lot talking about accessibility and things. There's a lot of hearing enhancement devices now that are driven by apps from mobile phones, so that you can use the microphone in the phone and then it connects to devices that enhance the hearing. So are you able to sort of interface into that in some way? So the app, does it actually talk to apps on the phone that are controlling sort of assisted hearing devices?
Yeah, so again, the mobile connect device and the app that comes with it is fantastic. When you open up the app, each individual user gets their own kind of interface, so to speak. So they're able to manipulate the sound to what they want to listen to.
Nice.
And that's separate for every single user, so they won't have to listen to exactly the same frequencies and everything that are coming in. They can individually manipulate that on the mobile device themselves. Another cool feature of the Mobile Connect is it now has a talkback feature. This is something brand new as well. We launched earlier this year. So we're going to be able to show that off as well. And what that means is they can now be part of that conversation. So again, if you're in a room, rather than using individual microphones or even a TCC2 or TCCM, they're able to use the microphone on their mobile phone as well. So they'll be able to just press a button. A chairperson, whoever is looking at the devices, we're able to select that person, and then they'll be able to use the microphone on their phone to also go onto that audio stream, and people will be able to listen to them again for keeping that conversation going. Yeah,
no, that's great. That's great. Does it actually connect into the Teams call, or does it connect into one of your devices in the room? I guess I'm thinking to myself, does that mean I get better sound quality if I'm driving in on the car still by using this kind of app? But I'm guessing it needs a local connection.
For the app, you can as long as it's on a Wi-Fi network, you can connect to it anywhere. The app is password protected. You can set them up for either gaining access to the screen via a QR code or a PIN number. We've actually got like a demo one set up in our office in Germany, but we're able to actually connect to it here in the UK, wherever we are, and listen to
you're on the same network.
Yeah. So like you say, if you're in the car, you're busy, you still want to be part of the conversation, everything, you can connect to that audio stream and still be listening in on the audio in the room. And obviously the audio quality always comes down to the microphones being used. So hopefully people are using our ceiling microphones, for example.
Yes, I guess. All part of the fun. So So there's this a system that you would kind of need to build by complete, or is it an add-on that can be used for other systems? So presumably, as soon as you have that roof speaker in, that ceiling speaker in, I should say, then you bring in all of that functionality.
Yeah, so the ceiling microphone is just a microphone itself.
Yeah.
You do need the other things in the background, so the DSPs, the ceiling speakers, and everything like that. As I mentioned before, we have loads of different partners. We're currently using a QSys system, but we also have partnerships with Biamp, Cisco, Bose, and it's all of those parts coming together, as I say, that then make the one system for you.
So it's a Sennheiser solution provider. There we go.
Exactly. Yeah. And what we also wanted to do, we didn't want to sort of seclude anybody from that. So you don't have to always be using our devices. You know, you can have, you know, various bits and pieces from other providers that then bring together a solution.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
I had in my mind the two stories you've told us, or the two products. You've obviously talked about the video product where people can stand in meetings, which you're trying to encourage people rather than you're sitting still in front of the camera and don't move, because I'm going to make sure. And you've obviously got the beamforming microphone. Do both of them work hand in hand? So do you actually get to the point where you could actually have Steve Dolby working around, but they know he's speaking, and therefore it kind of highlights the video, that kind of stuff? You get the mic, you get the Microsoft Blue box, of course, but do they work hand in hand together?
Yeah. So in the background, the beam forming technology, because of that beam, it gives us some telemetry data. And what we can do is use that telemetry data to trigger camera presets in a room, for example. So in this particular room, we have 7 cameras in here. And what that means is, like, as I'm moving around the room, again, I haven't got it live at the moment, but as
what
you're
a
moving,
failure! That would have been so cool if you'd have gone, just let me show you this here.
But as you're moving around the room, the beam will then literally trigger those camera presets depending on the telemetry data that's sort of focusing on where you're speaking in the room.
Nice. I guess we have to bring all this big data together at some point to.
I mean, this is the whole point of Commsverse as well, is having these conversations and hopefully inviting people to our showroom here and giving them a live demo of the team speakers, the team microphones rather. So yeah, that's what we're aiming to do.
It would just be lovely to just see that room in real life. We have seen it on the screen, but it would be nice to see it in real life.
Yeah, we should book a slot now while we're over in Commsverse. We'll go and see it.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just thinking, I mean, Marlowe's not 1,000 miles away from Mercedes World anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We're only an hour away. We're just sort of down the M40 from London. So yeah.
I don't have any clue where it will be, but
yes. And Marlowe, is that also the place where the oldest hotel in the UK is? Yeah, I've got a feeling that's one of the places.
Probably is. I'm not that big on the history of
I just
Marlowe down
remember.
here. We've got a lot of famous pubs and restaurants though. So
yeah, I do know that. That's worth a trip. Yes, that's good. How many customers do you actually have in the location visiting? Do people come on a regular basis to see how all this technology hangs together?
Definitely. Weekly, we have 3 or 4 sort of people meetings coming in on a weekly basis. We also do sort of training sessions here for integrators as well. So we can go through, basically do a deep dive of products, go over the microphone technology, go over installation techniques and things like that as well. So we do all of those workshops and things in this room. And as I say, that happens, on a weekly basis. We get people in using this space, which is great. And this is great as well, because this is quite a new setup for us here. We just moved down the road from our old offices, and we've got a whole showroom here as well. So we've actually got the Pro devices out in our showroom. We can walk people around and show all of those off, as well as the BizCom devices in this room as well.
All right. So if guys want to see Mission Control, then catch up with Gareth and the team at Commsverse in their stand and book yourself a visit. And you've got, what, 5 weeks or so to think of a good excuse why you need to go and see the Sennheiser place in Marlow. Do you provide a lunch and a sandwich and a cup of tea?
We do on some occasions. Yeah, depends on how many people we've got here, but yeah, we can certainly do
and how
that.
close the pipeline is to the purchase. I fully understand the way it works.
Absolutely. One of the things as well, if you do come to our booth, if you mention the word bar battle,
mention the word bar battle,
you will be entered into a prize draw for a pair of our HD25 headphones. So do remember that phrase, bar battle. If you just mention that whilst you're on the booth, we'll take your details and enter you into a prize draw as well.
Bar battle. I'll put that in the text of the video. So if they come to the to have a video, then they're good. Bar battle. I like that. And HD25 headphones. Are they a good set of headphones? Are they?
They are industry standard sort of DJ headphones, renowned across the industry. So yeah, you'll get a pair of those if you win.
You have now very much interest to win themselves.
That's it. Come and visit us.
So what I'm going to do now is edit that out of the video, and I'm not going to put it in the text so that I stand more chance of winning. Nice.
You can only enter once.
Sorry?
You can only enter once.
Yeah. There was Maureen and I was at Ignite a few years ago, and I think it was Trend that had this beautiful leather Italian-made laptop case that they were giving away. And basically you had to sit and spend half an hour going through their spiel on the stand, and then your business card went in. But I was so enamored by winning one of these cases, especially after Moraine sat and won one on his first go, that I basically went to about 4 times, and they thought it was hilariously funny. So I kind of eventually worked out when the quietest part of the day was, and there was only 3 of us in there. And I still use that 5 years later. Not every day, but whenever I just need to take the laptop in. So, yeah, if I've got my head on something, then I find a way. There has to be a way. All right, bar battle. I like that. And is there a reference to bar battle? I'm guessing it's just the whole market for bars. It's
just
at the moment.
The market of the bars at the moment,
open.
as I say, and this is our introduction to it. So, yeah, hopefully everybody's going to be impressed with what they see on the stand.
Yeah, we've spoke to I think this is our 4th or 5th pre-event, and at least 3 of them were talking about new bars being brought in that are moving forward, which kind of says to me that as an industry, there's obviously still very much a pipeline in there for bars, and also they're becoming more of a commodity. I feel I run 5 or 6 team rooms for my company that I work with at the moment. And we had a large investment in manufacturing, but already, even after that large investment, 5 years later, these rooms are all kind of becoming out of support because it's changing so much. And what you're putting back into these rooms now is completely different to what you took out, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking small manufacturers here. We're talking fairly big poly kit that's being taken out. And a lot of it is not just about the hardware. It's very much often about the software and functionality as well that you're starting to get extra value with.
Yeah, I mean, this again is, you know, one of the unique things about our bar is the fact that you can install into a room, and then if things change in the room, you need to put in extensions, you need to put in the assistive listening. All of those things can be added. You don't need to literally rip out everything. It's something that can always be added to, because you've got in the built-in DSP features, you've got the power over Ethernet, you've got the Dante already in the bar, you've got all of these features already there.
No, it is interesting. I mean, I know when we put the original systems in and we moved them, we had to have somebody in and retune it for that particular room. And I think nowadays, especially with the beamforming technologies, it kind of just builds it. It's a bit like putting your automatic vacuum cleaner on and put it into a different room. Just give it a minute, it'll scan the room, it'll work out what needs to be done, and it is all pretty cool and neat. So yes, I think I do understand why there are more newer bars coming out. And AI, of course, is, well, it's not really AI, but the ability to learn from previous meetings about, you know, what sounded good and then recreate those sound profiles. It is making the industry really quite exciting, and I think we're going to see more and more bars. We actually had a spinning bar on one of the calls this week.
Oh, wow.
So the bar can actually go horizontal or it can go vertical, but he was spinning it round because he had it on a thing. So, does it spin round in the meeting all the time? But yes, I think we're going to see this bar battle is right. It's very, very cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty neat. So, what are you looking forward to personally for Commsverse?
Well,
are you going to go and drive a Mercedes on the skid pan?
Yeah, it's actually my first time at Mercedes World, so I am quite excited to see the event space and have a look around the Mercedes World, as you know, for myself as well. Obviously, you know, meeting up with some of our other collaborators there is going to be fantastic as well. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it in general. As I say, my first time. I am going to be with my colleague Joe Mahoney. He's our technical applications engineer for BizCom for the UK and Nordics as well. And he's going to be there really to answer any of those technical questions that anybody has there. He's our source of all things network related. So yeah, it's going to be good having him to share the booth with for any of the difficult questions.
Yeah, you should. As soon as you get in there, get the car booked, get all the questions ready, get all you. I understand setting up the stand is all fun.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, first time for me. Hopefully not the last, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
Good.
And it is an amazing location to be in, especially as some of you guys, or a lot of the men, are car lovers. They are in the place where they need to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's all part of the fun. It's all good. All right. Well, look, I'm going to give you a few minutes just to come up with the last few words of the video. So what challenge will we give you? So let's have 5 words maximum on why people should visit the Sennheiser stand. So I'll let you think about those as Anouk and I say goodbye. So Anouk, get another one out of the way.
Yes. I've learned again something new in this call. It's amazing. I love this pre-video. I love this pre-conference calls to learn, to see people. So yes, visit Commsverse.
Lots to learn. More. You now know what Dante is. I'm guessing you wrote it down on a piece of paper with a question mark and you'll be researching it later. I know you. Yeah. That's good. I know they are good fun. So yes. So remember the dates. It's 26th and 27th of June, Commsverse. It's at Mercedes World. There is lots to do. Not only are you going to have the Sennheiser stand to go visit, and you're going to hear those 5 wonderful words in a second from Gareth that will actually convince you. But yeah, the event itself and the museum and some of the technology. There's actually a Formula One car there that they've completely taken apart and separated and hanging it from the roof so you can see this exploded car, which I can never resist spending at least half an hour trying to work out how they actually get that thing to work and how they broke it all apart as well. So final words then from Sennheiser, Gareth, and they are...
Come experience premium audio quality.
Well, that was good. Do that again.
Come and experience premium audio quality.
Awesome.
it.